Now let us go towards our next question, 4b. What do you understand by decentralization of power? Let's try to look at it. If you look at this particular question, what do you understand by the word decentralization of power? What is its role in strengthening the roots of democracy in India? Now, when we directly look, this question has been taken from our paper 2, part C. In that, you are having first part in which we are talking about what is the role of developmental and planning. So here they are not asking a question from planning commission. They are not going to ask you a question what has been the role that has been played by the 5-year plan, etc. They are asking you a question, what do you understand by the word decentralization of power? What is its role in strengthening the roots of democracy in India? Elaborate. It's a 20-marker question. So first of all, in the introduction, you need to provide a brief description of what is the meaning of the word decentralization. The word itself says that the concentration of power is not there, but rather the power has been decreased or the power has been given at the lower level. There is a trickle down approach. So if Delhi is powerful, so decentralization of power from Delhi, it goes towards the states, and from the states, from Mumbai, it goes to the other districts of Nagpur, Thane, etc. On the other hand, further the power is going to further get devolved. So here we need to first of all describe that what is the meaning of decentralization, that power is going to shift downwards. This is regarded to be as a form of trickle down approach. So in the introduction, you will be providing a definition. What is the meaning of decentralization? So I am going to say this is going to be like a brief explanation. Then into the body part, what you have to do, you have to give a more description of what is further decentralization. So here decentralization, it can be divided into multiple different forms. One type is called to be as administrative. On the another, it will be called to be as the financial decentralization. So how the money is being distributed. Now, if we want to furthermore elaborate how this concept of decentralization has come into existence, in the year 1992, there has been amendment that has taken place, the 72nd and the 73rd amendment that we are having. So, why am I speaking about this 1992, 72, 73 amendments, where there has been establishment of Panchayati Raj institutions, urban local bodies? I am actually trying to give an explanation with the word understand, and I'm showing my understanding for that. Which year did it happen, what were the amendments that were taking place, and what difference did it started to bring in all two different categories, that different types that we are having. So we are trying to explain it. Now, if we further go ahead, what is going to be the second heading that you are going to give is what is its role in strengthening the root of democracy? That if we are talking about decentralization, one important thing that is going to happen is as the power will go downwards, more number of people will become active in democracy. We will be able to achieve grassroots activism or grassroots participation. So this will be regarded to be as the public participation within the society. If we further go ahead beyond this public participation, we will get to see people will start look for some accountability, transparency and responsibility towards the government. That is also one important difference that we are having. Now, beyond these changes that we get to see, that accountability and transparency, as it increases, there will be better way of reaching out to the people. So here the service deliveries are going to improve, or in another way, this will be called to be as the last mile delivery that we are having within the society. Beyond these last mile deliveries, social empowerment will be there for the SC/ST communities. There is going to be betterment in their status, etc. The regional disparities are also going to come further more downwards. So here I am going to say there will be a social empowerment for the vulnerable section of the society, such as the SC/STs. The regional gaps which are present, those regional disparities will be more better addressed. So here I will be bringing a conclusion to my answer. And what is the way that I'm going to highlight is one of the most important strengths for a democratic society is that we are supposed to have power never concentrated. In fact, the trait of concentration of a power will be considered to be as the end of democracy. And as the power keeps on going downwards, it is ultimately the people who are going to get benefited. So democracy stands for decentralization, or the way how Montesquieu has highlighted decentralization, it represents the separation of power, because concentration of power is a sign of authoritarian regimes. Separation of power, it is a sign of a democratic society. So democracy is strengthened with decentralization, and it is strengthening the roots of democracy in India. Montesquieu was the one who gives the label of separation of power. This can be your one way of bringing a conclusion. So what are we going to see? Introduction, you will be providing a brief description of what is decentralization. It's a trickle down approach. Power is not concentrated, but it further goes downward. What is the different ways in which different types of administrations that we are having, which year did it happen, what were the changes that it had achieved, and who were the ones who got benefited. And here we are trying to highlight how does it strengthens the roots of democracy. In the conclusion, I have highlighted Montesquieu's contribution of separation of power. I'll see you in the next question, that is 4th C. Let's try to get there.